Hello, and welcome to the Fit Over 40 Challenge Show, the number one health and fitness podcast for those of us in the club. Yes, that's right, the 40 and Over Club. My name is Coach Dave, and I'm going to be your coach and host today, and I'm super excited to bring you this episode, which I've entitled The 7 Ways to Manage Your Weight. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just wanted to invite you to my newest and latest challenge, which is the 6 days to a stronger core. Okay, so if you wanted to get a stronger, leaner, meaner core, I really suggest you go check it out. It's only 6 days. It's going to get you started and get you moving in the right direction if you wanted to tighten up that midsection. Now, I know some people want those six-pack abs. That's what they think about, but this is going to do a lot more than that. So I just wanted to invite you to that. It's free to sign up. Go ahead, fitover40challenge.com/core. Take the challenge with me and others and get that meaner and stronger core. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode, which is 7 ways to manage your weight. Now, I love this time of year, so it depends on when you're listening to it, but right now when I'm recording this, we are in the start of football season, okay? And I played football as a kid, and then after that, I've watched it and been enthralled by it ever since. Now, I know not everybody is, but here's the thing. I take a lot of learning lessons from it, okay? I've always said that sports has shaped and molded who I am. And there's lots of things, whether it be from failure to success, to hard work, to commitment, to perseverance, to discipline. All those I learned through there. And as I'm starting to watch some of the football and listen to some of the commentators, I hear them talk about managing the game or a quarterback that can manage the team and can get them the wins they need. And so it got me started to think about, what do successful fit people do to manage their weight? And so what I've done is I've come up with the 7 ways to manage your weight, okay? Now, you may have heard that managing your weight is all about the lifestyle and not the quick fix, okay? I know that people want that quick fix. That's what they're looking for. Unfortunately, it's not. So today, I'd like to give you the 7 habits that fit people have. You see, following these 7 habits that are held by successfully fit people can get you to where you want to be as well. So, are you wondering if you could apply a few of these to your life? Well, let's go ahead and dig in and let's tell you what they are, then you can make that choice. So the first one is approach each day with a perspective. Okay, if you fail to meet your fitness goals today, I want you to move on. Don't dwell on the past. I read a guy I follow. He did a speech with a group that he shared in the Facebook group that I'm part of. And he was a baseball coach, and he talked about that. He applied it essentially to people in fitness and losing weight. And he said, if you think that you are going to win every day, you are setting yourself up for failure, setting yourself up for disappointment. When you look at some of the best baseball players out there, and if you measure this, through statistics is what I'm talking about, some of the best baseball players, they batted 300, 330, 350. That means that out of every 3 at 10 at-bats, they're getting hits. They're getting that success. So you got to look at that also throughout the entire year and throughout your entire lifetime. You can't just base it on one day, 1 week, 1 month, okay? Move on. Tomorrow is another day to make smarter decisions. See, when you wake up, rededicate yourself to your fitness goals without beating yourself up about whatever mistakes you made in the past. After all, you can't change what you did yesterday. Yesterday is gone. All you can do is control today, control right now. So you need to get to it and approach each day with a perspective. So today, what are you going to do to make it better? And if it didn't happen, tomorrow's another day, move on. Number 2 is know your body, okay? Now listen, when you finish a workout, you should feel good. I have only experienced a few number of times where, you know what, after completing a workout, I didn't feel great. And partly the reason was I didn't feel good to go into it anyway. Maybe I was sick. Maybe I was tired. I hadn't had much sleep. I didn't really feel good going into it. But I would say 98, 99% of the times after a workout, I might be exhausted, but I feel good. 1, I got it done. 2, it just gives you that sense of great feeling. Now, see, if you don't, then something needs to change, okay? That's kind of where maybe it's your diet or it's your routine that's throwing you off. Again, fit people know how everything they do affects their body, okay? And they take steps to avoid those things that make them not feel and perform their best. Again, that kind of goes back to the habits. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water? Or are you putting crap in your system? Cokes, bad food, saturated fattening foods, 4 or 5 hours sleep. Those are the things that are going to make you not perform as well during your work and not make you feel any better. Okay? So you got to learn how your body responds, and you got to care for it accordingly. Okay? You have to know your body. Number 3 is find ways around excuses. Now, if you've ever wondered why you can't quite get fit, it may be your productivity or your reasons for not doing it and caving to pressure. Okay? That pressure may be self-induced. Fit people do not give in to excuses for why they shouldn't exercise. It's quite the contrary, actually. They are continually finding reasons why they should hit the gym and find that time to do it. Even if the trip to the gym is shorter than usual, they still go and get it done. Now, personally, for me, and even clients that I've trained in the past, I know that if you get it done first thing in the morning, you're going to be more likely to see success and see results, not because there's any reason that, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I know people have talked about, work out in the morning, there's more fat burning or something like that. No, the reason is because you're less likely to make an excuse not to do it. That's a big reason. Because throughout the day, I know this personally, you can talk yourself out of it. Oh, you know what? I can do it tomorrow. Oh, gosh, you know what? I got to go drop the kids off. How am I going to get back and then get a workout in and then go pick them back up from their practice? Trust me, it goes on and on and on. And the longer the day goes on, the less likely you are to work out. Now, you might be one that can perfectly fine and you actually like to do it in the afternoon or in the early evening because you had a stressful day and it's a stress reliever. I get that. That's why I'm saying I'm not into that camp that you have to do it first thing in the morning because that's the best reason to do it. For me personally, that's the best reason because I know I can get excuses. And so I find my way around those excuses by doing it first thing. Okay? So get reasons or find ways around the excuses. That's number 3. Number 4 is eat and sleep well. You would think this is a no-brainer, okay? But unfortunately, it's still a big reason why there's a lot of people that are unfit and unhealthy. Study after study has shown the benefits of eating whole, unprocessed foods. It provides energy and strength. It also helps you feel full throughout that day. So get that that satiation, that feeling of fullness, okay? And it makes your time in the gym as fruitful as possible. I mean, there's a reason why athletes today are, you know, I guess I would say in better shape, because there's so much more concentration and focus on nutrition and eating and sleeping. I mean, we just had the Olympics, and if you followed any of the Olympians, or there was a good show, it was called Gold Medal Families, I believe it was called, that followed some of the families. And Allie Reisman, I might have pronounced her name wrong, apologize for that. Allie, if you ever listen to this podcast, they called her grandma because she was always sleeping. She always had to get to bed. And she practiced a lot. So she always was at the gym early and there long. But she was asleep and getting, 10, 12 hours of sleep. I don't recall what they said she would get, but she would get a lot of it. Same what's true with, Michael Phelps. I mean, in terms of, you probably have heard or seen how many calories he puts in his diet. That ain't junk. That ain't crap. That's good food. He fuels his body because he knows his body needs it. Okay? So it all goes down to getting good sleep as well and good nutrition. Okay? It all kind of puts your body into a rhythm. And so if you put those two activities together, eating well and sleeping well, you're well on your way to optimal fitness. And I'm telling you, eating and sleeping well is a huge part of this whole deal. If there's one that you take away, it's this one. Eat and sleep well. Number 5 is track your progress. Okay? For some, I know keeping tabs on health progress is about as exciting as watching paint dry. Okay? I know people are like, I don't have to do a food journal. I don't have to track it, do I? I'm going to tell you yes. Okay? Because first of all, when you put it down on paper initially and you see, I mean, my wife and I got Fitbits, let's see here, over a year ago now. And I'll tell you one thing that I liked about it the most, for me personally, was it started to monitor and track my sleep. I thought that I was getting 8 hours of sleep, but I really wasn't. And, I just kind of sometimes, whether it be, didn't really pay attention to what time I went to bed, and then woke up, obviously early, had to get up, get moving, get kids, work. I realized I wasn't getting 8 hours sleep. And I know for some of you, you're probably not getting 5 hours sleep. Or do you even know how much sleep you're getting? Okay? So tracking your progress is key. And once you get into the routine, however, you'll become a believer in the power of tracking. It goes back to even the steps. I heard kind of a business analyst talk about, well, I don't need to wear a Fitbit because I kind of know when I get the amount of steps I need. And I really don't believe that, because I've even worn it, or I wear it all the time still. And I've gotten a good exercise program in that day, maybe ran, for 30, 40 minutes or whatever, worked out for a complete hour, and noticed by the end of the day, I still hadn't hit 10,000 steps. So tracking is key, and it also serves to both reward and motivate you as you see that the hours you're spending, whether it be in the gym, outside working out, or the food choices, it leads to a healthier weight. It leads to that weight loss, okay? And maybe even greater strength, because if you're tracking, let's say, your workouts, and you're like, man, I started doing 10 pounds and now I'm doing 25, man, I've gotten stronger. I've made progress. See, it's all about knowing and getting to know your overall health and fitness, where you were. That's why before and after pictures are so important, because you see, man, I can't believe I was there. and now look at me. And you feel so much better, and it pushes you in a whole nother direction. All right, so it's easier than ever to track your progress now. Technology has made it. You don't need to do it the old-fashioned way and writing it down. You can wear technology. Wearable bands can do it, okay? Apps on your phone, lots of different methods. So track your progress. Number 6 is think while you exercise. Now, it can be easy to mindlessly run on a treadmill at the gym if you're not careful. Okay, just remembering that fit people don't do such a thing, okay? And I know you're kind of like, what are you talking about here? They're very intentional about everything they do at the gym, okay? And this means that if you want to be fit, you should put some brain power into what you think, in terms of what you include in your workout, okay? And how you perform each repetition. One of the things that you've seen possibly pop up is heart rate training, but more so visually, knowing whether or not I'm in my zones and I'm going to get what's called epoch, okay? Knowing and being intentional about pushing yourself to those limits and pushing yourself on each rep that you're doing in terms of weight training, okay? It's going to get you the maximum benefit from your time in the gym. Plus, it also reduces the chance and the risk of injury, all right? I've seen it. Listen, I've been in the gym a long time, and I've seen people be careless and not really pay attention to what they're doing, and they get hurt. You've got to be focused, okay? You've got to, pay attention and think about what you're doing while you're working out. It's going to make your workout that much better. And the last one is I'm going to say lean on your trainer. Okay, the final thing that fit people do is they rely on someone who has the knowledge, the professional know-how to get you the proper routine. Let me say that again. You lean on somebody that's going to help you get you the proper routine. Everybody is different. Everybody requires different types of, whether it be fitness or plans to get them to their goals, because your goals are different than the other goals. So you might have to do something just a little bit different. You might be farther away from your goals than the other person. They have to just tighten up a few things, okay? So when I work with clients and they work with me, they see a higher success rate in achieving their goals. I mean, listen, I'm just going to tell you, even me personally, when I work with a coach, I see myself. One, accountability, okay? I know that I have somebody that is going to push me. And if I don't do it, I know that they are going to be on me because that's their job, right? A coach's job is to be on their client, okay? And I honestly believe that if you, whether it be work with me or work with someone else, you are going to see results, and you're going to probably see them a lot faster because we're going to be able to be working and helping you tweak and fine-tune what you're doing now and what you need to be doing in the future to get you those results, okay? So, if you feel like, hey, you need that accountability, I want you to jump on in, whether it be the 6 days to Stronger Core Challenge, or we also have a free Facebook group, allabouthealthandfitness.com, where it's kind of an accountability group. I'm in there. You can reach out to me, ask me questions. And if you want to work with me personally, I've got programs to do that as well. So you can just send me an email at dave@davemcgarry.com and just put fitness coach in there. And I'll know what you're talking about in the subject line. But those are the 7 things that fit people do to ultimately manage their weight and stay successful. Okay, they manage the game, and they manage their game of health. They manage their game of life. They manage their game of fitness. And so if you put just a few of these into action, you're going to accelerate your results. You're going to start seeing that, you know what, I'm no longer going to go back to where I was after I've lost that weight or seen that goal. I'm going to stay there. just by doing these. Put all 7 together in, and man, you really got yourself something going. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, I'm always committed to your success. If there's anything I can do, reach out to me, contact me. I want to hear about your stories. I want you to comment about the show, whatever it is. However I can help you. If you got suggestions even on future topics, would love to hear it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. This is Coach Dave. I hope you make it a great day.